Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy CeeLo, not Green, and today I want to make a little weekly news roundup now that we're heading into February today as this video goes up. There's been a bit of news in the last few days that have shed some light on the future of Overwatch 2 and the Overwatch League specifically as well. So let's waste no more time and let's just jump into this. On Monday, Overwatch League reporter and roster leaker extraordinaire Aaron Spake, also known as Halo, published an article on Dexerto. No. Okay. I know that Dexerto is basically a Reddit regurgitator that people call news. Hell, they even made an article on when I pointed out that they removed the Jeff Easter egg from the New York map when they showed off the Bastion rework. Hey look, that's me! If this was any other Dexerto article, I'd never give it the time of day. But the fact that Halo himself was the one who wrote and published this article makes me feel like this report has some weight to it. In his article, Halo goes over the fact that sources inside the Overwatch League have told him that the players, coaches, and staff still have absolutely no access to the Overwatch 2 build that they're going to have for the upcoming season. Hell, they haven't even heard anything at all from the Overwatch team regarding if and when they'll get some sort of news regarding when the teams will get their hands on the upcoming sequel. I mentioned this in my last video and I still stand by this. What in God's name are they waiting for? As of now, the teams have basically been playing a workshop game mode that was put together to try and replicate what has been shown off regarding the reworks to existing heroes. This is just sad. With the fact that the Overwatch League is going to play on Overwatch 2 as the Q3 earnings call confirmed back in November, and the rumor that it's only a short 3 months away in late April, as Dallas Fuel owner Hastro said on Twitter back in September, the idea that pros are still playing on a scuffed Overwatch workshop mode is kinda inexcusable. It's like playing a modded version of CS to practice for Valorant. It just is not the same as getting your hands on everything you need to play at your peak. Granted, I think those first few weeks of Overwatch League will be super amazingly fun to watch as everyone is scrambling to figure out what in God's name is going on and how to actually play the game correctly. It wouldn't be so bad if Overwatch 2 was strictly a change to 5v5, as I think a workshop mode to practice would work, but the fact that Overwatch 2 has not only the 5v5, and the reworks on the existing heroes, the addition of new maps and game modes add a whole extra level of complexity and change that cannot be accounted for in a custom game. Add on the fact that it's likely that the league will begin with at least one new hero could literally shake up everything as we know it. Aaron Keller said back in September that it's possible the league will start, and start being the main word to keep in mind, start with a few new heroes. It's just baffling to me that all of this is going to be thrown at the pros at least 3 months away from a start date of the league. Now, I know these guys are the best of the best players, and they can learn really quickly how to maximize just about any comp and hero that's in the game, but they have to get used to the loss of a tank and major tank reworks that haven't even been spoken about. The last news about a tank rework was last May when the Winston Tesla Beam alt fire was shown off. Sigma and Orisa are most likely becoming totally different heroes by the time the game comes out, and who knows what other changes they've made to Ball, Diva, or Roadhog. The way you attack existing maps will probably be similar, but throw on the new maps and that entire strategic switch up that's coming, it just seems too much to throw on the Overwatch League teams last minute. And another point to all this, the balance at the start of the beta could be so bad it's an absolute joke. We saw in September when the pros played Overwatch 2 and the new Sombra rework, and how absolutely busted she was to a point where the players had to basically gentlemen's to not play Sombra because of how broken her new damage numbers and hack was. The devs thought it was fine internally, and the pros showed what happens when you play something to their level and how broken a hero can be. And I have a 100% guarantee that there will be balance problems when the beta comes out, whether that be in private behind closed doors or when we can all play it. The pros have to play this game for an extended period of time to show the devs what needs to be looked at before they have their esport played on it. All of this is making me feel very anxious about the state of Overwatch League and the game coming out. Moving on to another part of the article, Halo says that the league is going to play a longer season of 24 regular season games, rather than the 16 like last year. Last season was broken up into 4 tournaments, consisting of 4 regular season games to place with the actual tournament games happening after those placement matches. If I had to guess, I'd expect to have the same 4 tournament schedule, only extended another week, adding 2 more games per placement period. So each team plays 6 games to seed for each tournament rather than 4. I think this is an absolute win for the league and its fans, as we get to see more matches of not only pro play after this long drought of an off season, but we get to see more of Overwatch 2 played this year. It's a very exciting idea to know that we're going to get a slightly longer season this year. Add 2 extra games each seeding period, and that's an extra 4 weeks in the season. So a whole extra month of games to watch Overwatch 2 sounds like an amazing deal to me. I cannot wait for next season to begin. The last part of Halo's article that I wanted to bring up is the fact that the Overwatch League is being handled by a third party this season. It was reported a week ago or so that Blizzard was letting a third-party company basically take over most of the behind-the-scenes operations of the league this year, instead of them doing it themselves. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know what that fully means for the Overwatch League moving forward, but all I do know is that this could cause some major shakeups in the Overwatch League operations. I don't believe this means people who are already working for the Overwatch League are going to be laid off or anything like that. I think it's just a bigger picture stuff that's going to be handed off to the same people who were in the COD League last season. I know literally nothing about the Call of Duty League, so I can't really comment on how different it was than previous years, but the fact they're now running the Overwatch League as well must mean that something went right. The Overwatch teams haven't been told what changes will be made, if any, at all yet. So more radio silence in the do or die time from the Blizzard team. Keep it up, guys, you're doing great. To wrap up this little news video, I wanted to talk about this leak. Now, originally I wasn't going to talk about this because I think it's a pile of steaming hot garbo that's absolutely worthless, but enough people are talking about it and referencing it that I feel like I should at least mention it. A YouTuber that goes by Worst Sombra uploaded a video interviewing someone who claims to have been in that Overwatch content creator call in December when they had to sign an NDA and all that. They tried to keep it anonymous by masking the voice, but all he did was chipmunk the guy's voice, and all you needed to do was lower the pitch and you could hear his normal voice. Kinda did the man dirty, if this is legit, but anyway, I digress. The leakers said that the content creator call focused mainly on the content side of the game and didn't really mention esports at all. This makes sense as the call was specifically for the content creators, and most of them don't really have a foot in the door with the Overwatch League, and don't really interact with the league in a way that mentioning the Overwatch League would be worth their time. The leaker also said that apparently there'll be a drop in news of some kind in the third week of February. He doesn't clarify any further. It really doesn't make any sense why he wouldn't, honestly. I mean, he already broke his NDA by interviewing with someone. Why not just go all the way and tell everything? This interview, if you can even call it that, was all around scuffed anyway. They spend more time talking about how CarQ was on a plane and how it was hilarious and hysterical rather than actually spilling the beans. Like, he was ready to talk but only gave the tiniest of news. You know what, I don't know, maybe that's all the content creators were told anyway. Maybe the devs said to expect something late February, and that's all he had to say. Something to keep note of as well is the fact that the third week of February lines up with when the Lunar New Year event ends, and that could be a perfect time to transition from the event ending to starting some new ramp up to an announcement. All I'm going to say about this is that the timelines theoretically could match up, and it's possible that's when we're going to hear something major from the Overwatch team about Overwatch 2. Or it could just be a staged thing where it's all clickbait and a way to boost the views and subs of this wanted Sombra guy. I don't know. Only time will tell. Not to keep beating a dead horse, but with the earnings call happening this Thursday, February 3rd at 4:30 p.m., we might get more light shed on this topic. I'll be covering whatever is or isn't said on that earnings call as soon as the presentation slides are public. So subscribe and ring that bell icon if you want to get notified when that video goes up. Anyway, I'll leave this video off here as I think I've milked this topic as much as I can. Thank you so much for all the support I've been getting in the last few weeks getting started with this Overwatch stuff. All of you in the comments, I see y'all, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching this video again, guys, and like the video if you enjoyed or learned something new. Comment below if you think this leak is legit or not. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.